Thailand. The name alone conjures images of golden temples, turquoise lagoons, and a sun that warms both land and heart. For many, it's a dream, an escape from the relentless pace of modern life, a place where time slows and the spirit breathes. Thailand's magic is subtle, woven into its landscapes and the warmth of its people, inviting you to pause and simply exist. More than a destination, it becomes a feeling of peace, belonging, and quiet revelation that lingers long after you leave. This is Thailand's promise, not just a holiday, but a gentle homecoming to yourself. Arrival in Thailand begins with anticipation, then the embrace of thick, fragrant air as you step from the airport. The sounds, temple bells, tuk-tuks, laughter blend into a vibrant, peaceful symphony. Each moment, from glimpsing rice paddies to seeing monks at dawn, invites you to slow down and truly see. Here you let go of control, allowing the journey to guide you. The real treasures are fleeting connections, a shared smile, a taste of mango, the sea's warmth. In Thailand, arrival is not just a place but a new way of seeing the world. Thailand, heart-shaped at the center of Southeast Asia, is a land of harmony and diversity. In the north, misty mountains cradle ancient hill tribes and emerald rice terraces, where life moves to a patient rhythm. The central plains, nourished by the Chao Phraya River, are the nation's fertile heart, sustaining generations. The river weaves past temples and markets, connecting rural villages to the pulse of Bangkok. Each region, mountain, plain, river, offers its own soul, yet all are bound by the enduring spirit of the land. Thailand's geography is a living story, shaping its people and culture with quiet grace. In the south, Thailand narrows between two seas, the dramatic Andaman and the gentle Gulf. Limestone karsts rise from turquoise waters, mangroves shelter life, and rainforests echo with hidden wonders. The landscape invites exploration, not with spectacle, but with subtlety and mystery. From misty mountains to sunlit shores, each region's character enriches the whole. This diversity shapes food, homes, and beliefs, fostering resilience, community, and adventure. To travel here is to read a story written on the land, where people and nature exist in enduring harmony. What truly defines Thailand is its people, their spirit, kindness, and the philosophy behind every smile. The Thai smile is more than a gesture, it's a language of warmth, respect, and connection. In villages and cities alike, generosity and harmony guide daily life, often expressed in the graceful way greeting. Politeness here is genuine, rooted in preserving dignity and avoiding conflict. The word sabai captures the essence, a state of ease, contentment, and peace that permeates every interaction. Sabai isn't explained. It's felt in a breeze, a meal, or a gentle pace of life. In Thailand, you don't just visit, you become part of a culture that values well-being and connection above all. The soul of Thailand reveals itself not in grand pronouncements, but in the quiet, unassuming grace of its people. It is a culture that values the heart over the intellect, intuition over logic. This is reflected in the concept of Jayen, which literally translates to cool heart. It's a cultural ideal, encouraging a disposition that is calm, patient, and composed, even in the face of difficulty or frustration. To have a cool heart is to navigate life with a steady, unhurried grace, to avoid conflict, and to approach every situation with a level head and a kind spirit. It's the gentle art of not letting the heat of the moment overwhelm the quiet wisdom of the soul, a practice that brings a palpable sense of peace to public and private spaces alike. This gentle art is visible everywhere, in the small, everyday moments that might otherwise go unnoticed. You see it in the way a street vendor meticulously arranges her display of tropical fruits, turning a simple stall into a vibrant work of art. You witness it in the patient hands of an artisan carving intricate patterns into a piece of wood, his focus absolute and his movements unhurried. It's present in the way a mother speaks to her child, her voice soft and encouraging, and in the uncomplaining way people wait in line, a sense of shared, patient endurance replacing the restless anxiety so common elsewhere. These moments are the threads that make up the country's spiritual tapestry. This spirit of gentle being creates an atmosphere of profound safety and welcome. As a traveler, you feel not like an intruder, but like a guest being softly enfolded into the rhythm of the land. There's an unspoken understanding that you are welcome to share in this peace, to let go of your own hurry and stress. This feeling is built upon countless small interactions: the vendor who gives you a little extra fruit with a knowing smile, the stranger who points you in the right direction without you even having to ask, the driver who waits patiently as you take a photograph. It is a pervasive kindness that asks for nothing in return, a silent offering of comfort and ease. Ultimately, the people are the keepers of Thailand's most precious treasure, a way of life that prioritizes human connection and inner contentment above all else. They teach you, without words, that happiness is not found in accumulation but in appreciation, not in rushing towards a destination but in savoring the journey. They demonstrate that a life lived with a cool heart and an open smile is a life of richness and meaning. This is the enduring soul of Thailand, a gentle lesson that you carry with you, a quiet reminder that the most profound state of being is one of simple, peaceful existence, a state you now know is possible because you have felt it here. Thailand is a country blessed by the sea, home to an astonishing constellation of over 1,400 islands. Each one is a world unto itself, a unique jewel set in the turquoise waters of the Andaman Sea or the Gulf of Thailand. Some of their names are famous, whispered around the globe as bywords for paradise. There is Koh Phi Phi Le, a place of dramatic, breathtaking beauty, its emerald lagoons encircled by sheer vertical cliffs that seem to guard a hidden sacred world. Then there is Koh Tao, a diver's paradise, where the world beneath the waves is a vibrant kaleidoscope of coral reefs and gentle sea turtles, all set against a backdrop of the most gentle, soul-soothing sunsets. Further along the coast you find Koh Samui, an island known for its touch of luxury and sophisticated charm, but which also holds quieter secrets for those willing to look beyond the pristine beaches. Here, hidden in the lush, coconut-covered hills, you can discover serene temples and wellness retreats dedicated to the restoration of mind and body. In contrast, Koh Lanta offers a different kind of peace, one that is wide, relaxed, and deeply welcoming. Its long, uncrowded beaches invite slow, contemplative walks, and its laid-back atmosphere makes you feel instantly at home. And then there is Koh Phangan, an island of two faces, famous for its vibrant parties, yet also a sanctuary for yoga, silent meditation, and profound soul-searching on its tranquil northern shores. Beyond these well-known names lie the lesser-known islands, the quiet whispers in Thailand's vast archipelago. Places like Koh Mak and Koh Kud, where time seems to forget its relentless march forward, and the loudest sound is often the gentle rustle of palm fronds in the sea breeze. Here, the days unfold according to the rhythm of the sun and the tides, not the ticking of a clock. And then there is Koh Yao Noi, a quiet and hidden gem, nestled between the dramatic casts of Phang Nga Bay, like a secret shared only between the sea and the sky. These are places for those who seek not just escape, but a genuine disconnection from the noise of the world. These islands, whether bustling with life or steeped in serene solitude, are more than just geographical locations on a map. They are invitations to experience different states of being, different ways of connecting with the world and with oneself. Each island offers a unique energy, a distinct personality that resonates with different aspects of the human spirit. They are not merely destinations to be visited and ticked off a list. They are spaces that hold the potential for transformation, places where the external landscape begins to mirror and influence the internal one, preparing you for a journey that goes far deeper than any boat can take you. When you set foot on one of these islands, you are stepping into a realm where the frantic pace of the outside world begins to lose its grip. The rhythm of life here is dictated by the sea, a constant, soothing presence that works its way into your consciousness. The gentle, metronomic sound of waves lapping against the shore becomes the soundtrack to your days. It is a sound that has an almost hypnotic quality, a natural mantra that quiets the incessant chatter of the mind. Here, the thoughts that once seemed so urgent and important begin to soften, their sharp edges dissolving into the vast open expanse of the horizon, becoming as distant and gentle as the clouds floating above. This slowing down is not something you have to force. It happens organically, a natural response to the environment. The simple act of watching the tide ebb and flow, of feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, of breathing in the clean, salt-tinged air anchors you firmly in the present moment. Your senses awaken, and you start to notice the small, beautiful details, the intricate pattern on a seashell, the way the light filters through the leaves of a palm tree, the changing colors of the sky at dusk. In this state of heightened awareness, something new and unplanned begins to stir within you, the start of the journey inward. This inward journey is a subtle but profound shift in perspective, It is the realization that true stillness is not the absence of sound or movement, but a state of inner peace that can be found amidst the gentle life of the island. It is the moment you find yourself content to simply sit and be, without the need for distraction or entertainment. The island becomes a mirror, reflecting back to you a simpler, more authentic version of yourself that has been buried under layers of stress and responsibility. This is the quiet magic of these places. They do not offer answers, but rather create the space for you to find your own. On these islands, you learn to let go. You let go of schedules, of expectations, of the person you think you're supposed to be. You surrender to the gentle flow of time, allowing each day to unfold as it will. In doing so, you create a space for healing and reflection. The journey to a Thai island often starts as a search for a beautiful place, but it frequently ends as a journey of self-discovery. Here, cradled by the sea and sky, you are invited to reconnect with the quiet, still center of your own being, a place of peace that, you realize, you can carry with you long after you have left these shores. Thailand is a country whose soul is quietly and deeply shaped by the gentle teachings of Buddhism. This spiritual foundation is not loud or imposing. It is a pervasive, calming presence that you can feel in the air, see in the landscape, and sense in the hearts of the people. All across the nation, from the bustling heart of Bangkok to the most remote rural village, the skyline is punctuated by the graceful, shimmering spires of golden pagodas. They rise towards the heavens, their surfaces catching the sunlight, serving as constant, radiant reminders of a path of mindfulness and peace. This faith is a living, breathing part of the country, a gentle current that flows through the veins of the culture, shaping its values and its view of the world. The visual emblems of this faith are everywhere, woven into the fabric of daily life. In the quiet hours of the early morning, as the first light touches the earth, you will witness one of the most serene and moving sights: monks in their distinctive saffron-colored robes walking barefoot through the streets. They move with a serene, unhurried grace, their presence a silent sermon on humility and detachment. In the tranquil courtyards of the temples, the air is often thick with the sweet, woody scent of incense. It rises in soft, ethereal plumes, carrying with it the silent prayers and heartfelt intentions of the faithful, a fragrant offering to the unseen, a visible symbol of devotion that calms the mind and soothes the spirit. More than 9/10 of the Thai people follow Theravada Buddhism, the oldest surviving branch of the faith. But here, religion is rarely experienced as a rigid set of obligations or dogmatic rules. Instead, it manifests as a way of being in the world, a quiet emphasis on presence, on mindfulness in every action, and on compassion for all living things. It is a practical philosophy for daily life, encouraging kindness, patience, and an understanding of the impermanent nature of all things. This approach makes spirituality accessible and integrated, not something reserved for a specific day or place, but a continuous practice that informs every interaction and every choice, fostering a society built on harmony and mutual respect. This living spirituality is expressed through a daily rhythm of giving and receiving, of gratitude and merit-making. The morning almsgiving ritual, where lay people offer food to the monks, is a profound example of this. The monks do not beg out of poverty. Their silent procession is an opportunity for the community to practice generosity and to gain spiritual merit. It is a beautiful symbiotic ritual that reinforces the interdependence of all people and strengthens the bonds of the community. This simple daily act is a powerful expression of faith in action, a quiet rhythm of giving and gratitude that sets a tone of grace and humility for the day ahead, a perfect embodiment of lived Buddhism. The spiritual heart of Thailand beats strongest within its thousands of temples, or wats, which are not just places of worship, but also community centers, places of learning, and sanctuaries of peace. Each temple tells a story, each one a unique expression of faith and artistry. In the northern city of Chiang Mai, the White Temple, or Wat Rong Kun, gleams under the sun like a celestial vision brought down to earth, its intricate, unconventional design a modern interpretation of Buddhist teachings on heaven and hell. Further south, in the ancient capital of Sukhothai, giant, serene Buddha statues sit in silent meditation beneath the vast open sky, their weathered stone forms radiating a timeless sense of peace and endurance that transcends centuries. Even in the heart of the sprawling modern metropolis of Bangkok, These oases of tranquility provide a vital spiritual anchor. Wat Pho, the Temple of the Reclining Buddha, is a sprawling complex of breathtaking beauty, but it is at night that its true magic is revealed. As the crowds depart and a quiet hush descends, the temple glows softly, its gilded stupas illuminated like sacred flames in the darkness. To wander its courtyards in the quiet of the evening is to feel the pulse of the city slow down, to feel the gentle, protective embrace of a faith that offers solace and stillness amidst the chaos of urban life. These temples are more than monuments, they are the living lungs of the nation's spiritual life. Buddhism in Thailand is not merely a religion that is practiced on special occasions. It is a philosophy that is lived, breathed, and woven into the very texture of daily existence. It is a constant, gentle whisper that follows you through the markets, along the rivers, and into the homes of the people. This whisper carries a simple but profound message, that nothing in this world is permanent, that all things are in a constant state of flux. This understanding does not lead to despair, but to a deeper appreciation for the present moment. It teaches that because everything is transient, everything has meaning, and every moment is precious, an opportunity for kindness, awareness, and growth. This philosophy manifests in the smallest of rituals. You see it in the tiny spirit houses that stand outside homes and businesses, where daily offerings of flowers, food, and incense are made to appease the spirits of the land. You see it in the way a driver will weigh respectfully as they pass a temple, or in the small Buddha amulet worn around a person's neck for protection and guidance. These are not grand gestures, but small, consistent acts of mindfulness and reverence. They are the threads of faith that bind the everyday to the divine, reminding everyone that even in the most ordinary of lives, there is a connection to something sacred, a quiet understanding that everything has meaning. You know, Thailand reveals its truest self not in the grand monuments or sweeping vistas, but really in the quiet, unguarded moments of daily life. It's in these small, seemingly insignificant encounters that the gentle soul of the country can be most deeply felt. You might see it in an old man standing by the roadside, tending lovingly to his collection of bonsai trees. His movements are slow and deliberate, his focus absolute, and each snip of his shears is a small act of devotion. Or perhaps you'll witness a woman sitting on the steps of her home, her hands moving with practiced grace as she folds fresh lotus blossoms into intricate shapes, preparing them as an offering for the temple altar. These are not performances. They are quiet expressions of a life lived with care and mindfulness. The poetry of the everyday is everywhere, a gentle rhythm that flows just beneath the surface of things. It's in the sound of a young boy running barefoot through the ancient sun-drenched alleyways of Ayutthaya, his joyous laughter echoing off the old brick walls as his faithful dog trails happily behind him. It's a moment of pure, unscripted life, a fleeting scene that speaks volumes about the simple joys treasured here. These encounters are the heartbeats of the nation, small vignettes that paint a picture far more vivid and moving than any postcard. They remind us that the most profound beauty often lies in the most ordinary of moments, just waiting to be noticed by a patient and open heart. A visit to a local market, maybe in a place like Lampang in the north, is a full immersion into this daily poetry. It's a symphony for the senses, a vibrant tapestry of life unfolding before you. Freshly caught fish flop in wide, shallow baskets, their silver scales shimmering in the morning light. The air is thick with a complex blend of fragrances, the sharp, clean scent of lemongrass, the earthy aroma of galangal, and the sweet perfume of ripe mangoes. The voices of vendors and shoppers blend together, not into a chaotic din, but into a kind of gentle, rhythmic music. There's a palpable sense of flow, a feeling that while no one is in a particular rush, everything moves with a graceful and efficient purpose. In these simple daily scenes, you discover the essence of a life that is deeply connected to its roots. It's a life that values community, appreciates simplicity, and finds artistry in the mundane. The woman selling noodles from her boat, the man sharpening knives on a wet stone, the children playing a game with pebbles. They are all participants in this quiet, unfolding drama. It's in these small encounters that Thailand truly opens its heart to you, revealing that its deepest treasures are not made of gold or stone, but are found in the gentle, unassuming, and profoundly moving rhythm of its everyday existence. And perhaps that is why these moments are so deeply moving, because they reflect a simpler, more connected way of being. While daily life in Thailand is often a study in quiet grace, the nation also celebrates with a heart full of color, passion, and soul. The festivals that mark the cycle of the year are not just holidays, they are vibrant expressions of the country's spirit, moments when the community comes together to share in joy, remembrance, and renewal. Songkran, the Thai New Year celebrated in the heat of April, is a perfect example of this exuberant spirit. What began centuries ago as a gentle ritual of pouring scented water over the hands of elders to show respect and wash away bad luck has evolved into a joyous, nationwide celebration of renewal, a playful, spectacular water fight that erases all boundaries. During Songkran, the streets transform into rivers of laughter and celebration. Children and elders, locals and travelers, even monks standing by their temple gates, all become part of the same exuberant dance, drenched in water and goodwill. It is an explosion of pure, unadulterated joy, a baptism of happiness that washes the slate clean for the year ahead. In stark contrast, the festival of Loi Krathong, which takes place under the full moon of November, is the opposite in tone, quiet, contemplative, and almost sacred. It is a festival of light and water, a time to honor the water goddess, and to let go of past grievances and misfortunes, a moment of deep reflection. On the night of Loi Krathong, people gather along the banks of rivers and canals all across the country. They release small, beautifully decorated boats or krathongs, traditionally made from banana leaves and adorned with flowers, incense, and a single candle. These tiny vessels float downstream, their flickering flames carrying silent wishes, cherished memories, and quiet farewells into the darkness. In the northern city of Chiang Mai, this festival coincides with Lipe, where thousands of paper lanterns are released into the night sky. The sight is breathtaking, a silent, rising sea of golden light, each lantern representing a hope, a dream, a prayer, or a letting go. It turns the sky into a vast, celestial canvas of human aspiration. Throughout the year, countless other celebrations bring communities together, each with its own unique character. There is the fascinating and intense vegetarian festival in Phuket, the thrilling buffalo races in Chonburi, and the beautiful, intricate candle parades in Ubon Ratchathani. These events show that tradition in Thailand is not a relic of the past, stuck in a museum. It is a living, breathing force that constantly evolves while remaining deeply connected to its roots. These festivals are the threads that connect generations, that bind moments of personal reflection to communal joy, and that link human hearts to the rhythms of nature and the divine. Thailand is a country that is rich not only in the vibrant colors of its culture and the golden light of its temples, but also in the deep, resonant pulse of life that animates its natural world. Here, nature is not merely a backdrop for human activity. It is a living, breathing entity, a sacred presence that is both revered and essential to the nation's soul. This reverence is perhaps most powerfully felt in the presence of the elephant, the national symbol of Thailand. Once used for heavy labor in logging and construction, these magnificent creatures now find refuge and respect in ethical sanctuaries. Here, they are allowed to roam free, their days dictated by their own needs, not by human demands. In these protected havens, you can witness the elephant's true nature, unburdened by chains or the obligation to perform. You see them interacting in their family groups, bathing in the rivers, and foraging in the forests with a quiet dignity. To look into the eyes of one of these gentle giants is to feel a connection to something ancient and profound. Their eyes seem to carry the accumulated wisdom of generations, a deep and knowing gaze that holds both the memory of past suffering and a quiet, powerful plea for protection and understanding. They are a living testament to the country's growing awareness of its responsibility to care for its most iconic inhabitants. This sacred connection to nature extends deep into the country's protected wild spaces. Khao Yai National Park, a vast expanse of pristine forest and a designated UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a treasure trove of biodiversity. It is a place where the air is alive with the sounds of the wild, the haunting melodic calls of gibbons echoing through the canopy at dawn, the powerful whoosh of a great hornbill's wings as it flies overhead, and the rustle of leaves that might signal the presence of a herd of wild elephants moving silently through the trees. To walk its trails is to feel like you have stepped back in time to a world that is still raw, untamed, and beautifully complex. Further south, in the dense, humid jungles of provinces like Trang, the earth itself seems to breathe. The air is thick with the scent of damp soil and decaying leaves, a primal perfume that speaks of the endless cycle of life and death. The jungle echoes with a symphony of calls, insects, birds, and unseen mammals that sound like the earth remembering itself, a deep and ancient voice that predates human history. In these wild places, you feel humbled, a small part of a vast and intricate web of life. Nature in Thailand is not just something to be observed. It is a powerful, sacred force that commands respect and inspires a sense of profound wonder. The sacredness of nature in Thailand is not confined to the land. It extends into the vibrant, silent world that lies beneath the surface of its turquoise seas. The coral reefs, particularly those surrounding the Similan and Surin Islands in the Andaman Sea, are nothing short of underwater dreamscapes. To descend into these clear, warm waters is to enter another dimension, a world of breathtaking color, intricate forms, and graceful movement. The reefs are sprawling living cities built over millennia by tiny coral polyps, creating a complex architecture that teems with an astonishing diversity of life. It is a world that is both fragile and resilient, a testament to the creative power of nature. This underwater realm is home to some of the ocean's most majestic creatures, beings that move with a grace and power that feels almost mythical. You might be lucky enough to witness a giant manta ray gliding effortlessly through the blue, its vast wings propelling it with a slow, hypnotic rhythm that is utterly mesmerizing. Or perhaps you will encounter the gentle giant of the sea, the whale shark, the largest fish on Earth, its massive form dappled with a unique pattern of spots as it moves slowly through the water, filtering plankton. Seeing these creatures in their natural habitat is a profoundly humbling experience, a reminder of the sheer scale and wonder of the natural world. Beyond these magnificent giants, the reefs are alive with a kaleidoscope of smaller creatures, each one a miniature work of art. Schools of brightly colored fish move as one, their scales flashing in the filtered sunlight like a shower of jewels. Anemones wave their tentacles gently in the current, providing a home for vibrant clownfish. Strange and wonderful creatures, painted with patterns that seem to have sprung from an artist's brushstroke, hide among the coral branches. Exploring this world is like wandering through a living gallery where every turn reveals a new and beautiful creation, a silent, colorful testament to life's endless variety. This teeming underwater world reinforces the deep sense that nature in Thailand is not just a resource to be used, but a sacred trust to be protected. The health of these reefs is a barometer for the health of the planet, and their beauty is a powerful call to action. They are a vital part of the country's soul, a source of wonder, and a reminder of the intricate connections that bind all life together. Whether on land or in the sea, nature in Thailand is not a silent background. It is a vibrant, sacred presence that speaks to the heart, reminding all who visit of the profound and enduring magic of the wild. To truly begin to understand the heart and soul of Thailand, you must do more than just see its beauty. You must taste it. For here, food is never just simple sustenance to be consumed for fuel. It is something far more profound. It is a vibrant and expressive art form, a living history book, and a fundamental form of connection that binds people together. Every dish tells a story of geography, of history, and of community. The act of preparing and sharing a meal is a cherished ritual, a way of communicating love, hospitality, and a deep appreciation for the gifts of the earth. The cuisine is a sensory journey into the very essence of the Thai spirit. The culinary map of Thailand is as diverse and fascinating as its physical landscape, with each region offering its own distinct and delicious dialect of flavors. In the mountainous north, influenced by neighboring Myanmar and Laos, you will discover khao soi. This is a dish that comforts and delights in equal measure. A rich and creamy curry noodle soup, often made with chicken or beef, and topped with a tangle of crispy fried noodles for a wonderful contrast in texture. It is a taste of the cool mountain air, a warm and hearty embrace in a bowl, a true reflection of the region's unique cultural heritage and cooler climate. Travel to the northeast, the region known as Isan, and the flavor profile shifts dramatically, becoming wilder, spicier, and utterly unforgettable. This is the home of the famous som tam, a green papaya salad that is a brilliant explosion of sour, spicy, sweet, and salty notes, pounded together in a mortar and pestle. It is often eaten with larb, a zesty and herbaceous minced meat salad, and handfuls of sticky rice. This is food that is bold, communal, and deeply connected to the land, designed to be eaten with the hands and shared with friends, a true taste of the region's rustic and vibrant soul. Then, your journey takes you to the south, where the proximity to the sea and historical trade routes with Malaysia and India have left their delicious mark. Here, the cuisine is rich with the flavors of coconut milk, turmeric, and a complex blend of dried spices. You will find fragrant massaman curry, with its gentle heat and hints of cardamom and cinnamon, a dish with Persian roots that tells a story of ancient maritime trade. And of course, there is the abundance of fresh seafood, simply grilled or steamed with lime and chili. Its flavor a pure and perfect expression of the sun-drenched coast and the bounty of the sea. In Thailand, the most memorable and authentic culinary experiences are often found not in formal restaurants, but in the vibrant open-air theater of the streets. Food is shared and celebrated everywhere, creating a constant delicious rhythm to life. As dusk falls, night markets spring to life, their air filled with the tantalizing aromas of grilling meats, simmering curries, and sweet coconut-based desserts. People from all walks of life gather together, perched on small plastic stools at humble tables, sharing plates of food under the warm glow of hanging light bulbs. These moments are the heart of Thai food culture, where a meal is a celebration of community. The act of cooking is not hidden away behind closed doors. It is a public performance, a mesmerizing display of skill and passion. You can stand and watch as a vendor expertly tosses noodles in a searingly hot wok, the flames leaping up around the pan in a dramatic dance. You can see the rhythmic pounding of a pestle in a granite mortar, releasing the fragrant oils of chili, garlic, and herbs. Every sizzle, every chop, and every stir is part of the experience. And with every bite of food you take, you are tasting a story. The story of a family recipe passed down through generations. The story of the local fisherman who brought in the morning's catch. This deep connection to food goes beyond simple pleasure. It is rooted in a traditional understanding of food as a form of medicine. Thai cuisine is built on a careful balance of flavors, spicy, sour, sweet, and salty, which is believed to correspond to a balance of the elements within the body. Ingredients like galangal, lemongrass, kaffir lime leaves, and turmeric are not just chosen for their taste, but also for their healing properties, known to aid digestion, boost the immune system, and promote overall well-being. In this way, every meal is an opportunity not just to satisfy hunger, but to actively nourish the body. Ultimately, food in Thailand is a profound act of care. It nourishes the body, but it also nourishes the soul. It is a way of creating joy, of fostering connection, and of healing. To be offered food is to be offered a gesture of friendship and welcome. The simple bowl of noodle soup from a street cart, prepared with fresh ingredients and a proud smile, can feel like the most comforting and restorative dish on earth. In Thailand, you learn that food is not just something you eat. It is something that heals, something that connects, and something that tells the beautiful, delicious story of a generous and graceful people. As you move through the diverse landscapes of Thailand, you begin to notice that it is not just the scenery outside your window that changes. Something within you begins to shift as well. A subtle and quiet transformation that happens almost without you noticing. This internal journey is as significant as the physical one, marked by the slow, rhythmic modes of travel that define so much of the experience here. It happens on a slow boat drifting down the wide, muddy expanse of the Mekong River, where the only demands on your time are to watch the riverbanks glide by and feel the gentle breeze on your skin. The unhurried pace of the boat becomes the pace of your thoughts, slowing them down from a frantic race to a gentle, meandering flow. This subtle shift continues on a rickety train journey through the rural heartland, the rhythmic clatter of the wheels on the track a soothing, hypnotic mantra. Through the open window you watch a tapestry of everyday life unfold. Vast emerald green fields stretching to the horizon, farmers guiding their water buffalo through muddy paddies, and small children in crisp white school uniforms waving as the train passes. These are not dramatic events, but simple, powerful images of a life lived in harmony with the land. Each scene is a gentle reminder to slow down, to observe, and to appreciate the profound beauty that lies in the ordinary. A lesson that seeps into your very being with every mile traveled. The journey might also be on the back of a scooter, navigating a quiet country road. The wind rushes past you, carrying the scent of frangipani blossoms and damp earth. You ride past the golden spires of local temples, their bells perhaps ringing softly in the distance, and past small villages where life unfolds in the open. You feel a sense of freedom and connection, no longer a passive observer behind glass, but an active participant in the landscape. In these moments of simple, unmediated travel, the barriers between you and your surroundings seem to dissolve. You are not just passing through Thailand. You are becoming a part of its gentle unfolding rhythm, letting its peace permeate your soul. With each transition from one place to another, a layer of your old self seems to peel away. The constant need for stimulation, the restless urge to be somewhere else, the anxiety about what comes next, all of it begins to soften and fade. You learn to embrace the in-between moments, the periods of simple transit, not as time to be endured, but as opportunities for quiet contemplation. The journey itself becomes the destination. You start to understand that the true transformation of travel is not about the places you see, but about the new perspectives you gain, the inner shifts that occur when you allow the world to move through you at its own natural, unhurried pace. In a country so rich with vibrant sounds, the melodic cadence of the language, the gentle chiming of temple bells, the lively hum of the markets, you soon discover that Thailand has many voices. It speaks to you through its colors, its flavors, and the warmth of its people. Yet amidst all this beautiful, gentle noise, you come to realize that one of its most profound languages is that of silence. It is not an empty or awkward silence, but a deep, restorative stillness that seems to hold a quiet power. This silence is always there, waiting to be found, a peaceful anchor in a world of constant motion, a space where you can finally hear your own heart. You find this silence in the moments just before dawn, as you watch the sun begin to cast its first soft golden light over a perfectly still body of water. The world is hushed, holding its breath in anticipation of the new day. In this pre-dawn quiet, the air feels pure and full of possibility, and the stillness seems to seep into your very bones, calming the restless energy within. Or you might feel it in the deep afternoon, during the hottest part of the day, when a certain languor settles over the land. The world slows to a whisper, and the only sound is the gentle hum of insects, a sound that somehow only deepens the profound sense of peace. It is the resonant, echoing silence you experience after a distant temple bell has rung. The single, clear note hangs in the air for a moment and then fades, leaving behind a stillness that feels more profound than before. This silence is not an absence of sound, but a presence. It is a space for reflection, a moment to absorb the beauty around you, a pause that allows the soul to catch up with the body. In these moments, you learn that silence has its own texture, its own weight, its own wisdom. It is a language that communicates directly with the spirit, bypassing the need for words and thoughts, offering a direct experience of peace. As you become more attuned to this quiet language, you begin to carry it with you. You learn to find stillness not just in serene landscapes, but within yourself. Thailand teaches you that silence is not something to be feared or filled, but something to be welcomed, a sanctuary that is always accessible. It is perhaps the most precious gift the country gives you, the ability to find that quiet space inside, a place of calm to which you can return long after the journey is over. In the end, it is this profound and peaceful silence, discovered somewhere between a sunrise and a temple bell, that truly stays with you, a quiet echo in the heart. Thailand is more than a trip that ends when you board the plane to go home. It is a journey inward that continues to resonate long after you have departed its shores. It is a quiet transformation, a subtle recalibration of the soul. You arrive as a visitor, a guest drawn by promises of beauty and warmth, and you leave having exchanged something precious. You leave behind a piece of your old, restless hurry, shedding it like a heavy coat you no longer need. You may find you have also left behind your endlessly churning thoughts, their constant noise replaced by a gentle, quiet hum. Perhaps you even leave a small part of your ego, humbled by the grace and simplicity you have witnessed here. And in return for what you have left behind, you take something with you, a collection of intangible treasures that weigh nothing but enrich you immeasurably. You take with you the memory of a smile, freely given by a stranger, a reminder of the simple power of human kindness. You carry a memory, not just of a place, but of a feeling, the feeling of peace that settled upon you while watching a sunset, or the quiet joy of a shared meal. And most profoundly, You carry with you a gentle, persistent longing, a quiet ache in the heart that calls you to remember the stillness, the warmth, the light. It is a longing not just to return to Thailand, but to return to the version of yourself you discovered there. Because Thailand stays with you, becoming a part of your inner landscape. It remains in the vivid colors that flash behind your closed eyes. The impossible turquoise of the sea, the brilliant saffron of a monk's robe, the emerald green of a rice paddy. It lingers in the sense that you can almost recall on a passing breeze. The fragrance of jasmine garlands, the spicy aroma of street food, the earthy smell of rain on warm ground. But most of all, it stays nestled deep within the heart, a quiet anchor of peace in the turbulent waters of everyday life, a gentle reminder of a world that moves to a different, more graceful rhythm. The journey does not end. Thailand becomes not just a place on a map, but a feeling you can return to in your quietest moments. It is a feeling of warmth, of acceptance, of having been touched by something truly beautiful and authentic. It is the understanding that a country can be more than just a destination. It can be a teacher, a healer, and a mirror for the soul. Thailand. Not just a place you have been, but a feeling you have become. A quiet, gentle echo that whispers of peace. Long after the journey is over, a feeling carried home.